What's going on, guys? Zok here, and today we're going to be looking at the new simulated universe World 9 information, and I'm just going to lay out all the information we know so far about the leaks and all that stuff about the new simulated universe that's going to be coming out, I believe in 2.1 or maybe 2.2, I'm not completely sure. But it is dropping pretty soon. So I'm going to be telling you guys what the new relics are going to do, what they look like, and what kind of stats they're going to have. Of course, there's going to be 2 relic sets here, as there always is for a new simulated universe. And so yeah, let's just get straight into it, guys. So right up on screen here, I have a picture of the new simulated universe, of course. All of this might be subject to change, but it looks like a yellow and kind of greenish planet right there. As well as the relics, might be subject to change as well. But shout out Honkai.days. I'm going to be using some of their other pictures here for the rest of this video, just because they have a really good layout and they look really great. So definitely check them out on Instagram and give them a follow if you guys want to see the rest of their stuff. They post really great content. But anyways, that's probably what the simulated universe is going to look like. Now up on screen, I got the boss enemy of this new simulated universe. Of course, if you guys have been playing the story in Penacony, you already know this guy. This guy was pretty hard to deal with, honestly. I think I beat him in my first try, obviously, but yeah, he was pretty interesting to deal with. He kind of takes your character and kind of holds him, kind of like Svarog does in that other simulated universe. But yeah, he's going to be a little bit tough to deal with every time, but he is weak to imaginary, fire, and wind. So yeah, he's a pretty cool boss. Honestly, one of my favorite character designs in the game. But yeah, it's going to be the boss enemy in this new simulated universe. So now let's talk about the important stuff here, guys, the relics. So yeah, guys, I got both relics up on screen here. We'll talk about each relic here individually. I'll probably start with the left one and then I'll go to the right one first. But the one on the left here is called the Izumo Gensei and Takama Divine Realm. And then the other one on the right is called the Sigonia, the Unclaimed Desolation. Pretty interesting names here. They always name it some crazy shit, so it's no different here. But on the one on the left here, it increases the wearer's attack by 12% when entering the battle. All right, so already a 12% attack increase, so pretty good off rip, right? And then if at least one other ally follows the same path as the wearer, then the wearer's crit rate increases by 12%. So this is really good for certain characters, especially Acheron, who's going to be coming out in 2.1, because you want to run her with Nihility characters if you guys don't already know that. About her kit and stuff like that. You want to run her with at least 2 Nihility Path characters because of the attack increase she gets from using them on her team. So yeah, so that's really important. So yeah, you definitely want to run this relic. It's probably going to be her best relic in slot, just from the crit rate and attack percentage. But yeah, it's really good. And then the other one, the Sigonia here, increases the wearer's crit rate by 4%. All right, so already off rip, you got a 4% increase to your crit rate, so that's pretty good. When enemies are defeated, the wearer's crit damage increases by 4% up to 10 stacks. So yeah, this is going to be viable for a bunch of characters that we could think of. I'll also show some other pictures from Honkai.days on Instagram that goes more into depth of what characters can really use all of these relics, because I believe the Izumo Gensei one is viable with other characters other than Acheron. So yeah, I'll show more pictures after this of what kind of characters can use these relics as well. But yeah, that Sigonia Unclaimed Desolation one is very good. You get a 4% increase to your crit rate, and then your crit damage can go up all the way to 40% actually. So basically you'd have to kill 10 enemies to get the 40% crit damage buff from this relic set going. So you can imagine it's very good on Herda, Argenti, and characters like that. And of course I'll show another picture here right now of what kind of characters are going to be viable with each of these relic sets. So yeah, we'll look at that right now. So first off, we'll look at the Izumo Gensei one. Of course, you already get the 12% increase to your attack, but if you want to get the 12% crit rate increase, you actually have to run another character that's on the same path. So for Acheron, we talked about how you want to use the Nihility characters, of course, to get this buff. And you also just want to use it because her kit is designed to be run with other Nihility characters, so you can get the most damage from her. But yeah, if you want that 12% crit rate, you want to use her with Nihility units. And of course, 2 other units that might be viable with this set is Dr. Ratio, of course, as well as Topaz. But if you want to use it with Dr. Ratio, you have to have someone else on the team that is the Hunt. path. And then for Topaz, I believe she's destruction, so you want to be using some other character that is also on the destruction path. So yeah, those are other characters that might be viable with this set. So now we're looking at this Signoa, the Unclaimed Desolation set. Of course, we talked about how it might be viable with Argenti and Herta, and of course right there it shows that it's going to be viable with those two characters. Also Himiko and Jingyuan and Clara can use this set. So yeah, because these kind of characters, you want to be using them in pure fiction and stuff like that if you want to get far in that. And of course, when you kill a lot of enemies with these guys, because you just kind of want to clear the field every time in pure fiction, of course, your crit damage is going to keep going up until it hits that 40% mark, and then it can't go past. So yeah, you're going to get that 40% very easily. So you're basically just going to have more crit damage with this, as well as the 4% crit rate increase, which is really good too. And then one last thing I want to talk about before we end this video is the Inert Salsotto set that we already have in the game. And the reason I want to talk about this set right here is because I think Acheron can use this set, and I think it could be honestly just as good as the other set, the Izumo Gensei, that's coming out pretty soon. And the reason for that is because the other set, the Izumo Gensei, increases your crit rate by 12%, right? When you use another Nihility character in the team. This gives 8%, so you're getting 4% less crit rate, but you know, it's not end of the world for 4% less. And then you're getting the 15% damage increase if you do happen to get your crit rate 50% or higher on Acheron. And that applies to the ultimate and the follow-up attack damage. The follow-up attack damage doesn't really matter for Acheron because she doesn't do follow-ups. But the ultimate is really important because she does her most damage with her ultimate. So yeah, if you already have a good Inert Salsotto set, maybe something with like lightning damage boost that has good rolls into crit rate and crit damage and stuff like that, then this set could still be used on Acheron. Of course, the other set can be way better, especially if you have good rolls on it. So I would definitely recommend you roll the other set, but I think this one could be pretty good and it could still function on Acheron. But yeah, the other set, the new set, the Izumo Gensei one, is definitely going to be better just because you get the crit rate increase, and then you get a 12% increase, which is going to apply to her skills and of course her ultimate. So it's just going to do more damage all around the board. It's just going to add up to more damage. But yeah, I think this set could still be functional in Acheron. And if you guys, of course, already have this set pretty good on other characters, if you're already preparing Acheron and you already have a good prepared Inert Salsotto set, then I would say you could wait until you need to roll for the new one. Especially if it comes out and you already have a good version of this, you don't need to roll and try to get the new one. But yeah, obviously it's all up to you guys. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just trying to give you guys some good insight on what's going to be happening for this new simulated universe that's going to come out, and as well as the relics that are going to be in it that you guys should be farming for, especially if you have those type of characters that might use those relics. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some useful information out of it. And yeah, I have some more videos on my channel that you guys could check out, especially if you guys like Acheron and want to see more stuff about Acheron and prepare for her and stuff like that. I got plenty of Acheron videos on my channel that you guys could watch. And yeah, definitely consider liking and subscribing if you guys want to see more of my content. And yeah, guys, Zok out.